Can you guys hear me? Oh, good. Good evening, everyone. Happy Halloween. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our Monday evening community call. We get together every Monday night to scare you away. No, to welcome the community and share. There he is. And share successes and give updates. And we have all kinds of things to share tonight. And we love celebrating our new leaders. And so we're going to jump in and start out with one of our new directors, which we're very excited to have. So let's have Janet come on first. And so let me introduce Janet Hudson. She's one of our newest directors. And she comes to us from being, and first of all, can we see you, Janet? Are you there? You want to show your video and unmute? Oh, good. And we want to see you. Let's have Janet come on. Okay, great. So we want to see Janet. There she is. And we first want to thank you for your devoted service to our country, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Janet was in 13 years of active duty in the Air Force and became a nurse in 1980, went to Desert Storm, got a degree in nurse anesthesia. She sadly developed some, serious health challenges, and they called it Gulf War syndrome. So for years and years, she was looking for a natural way to get better, and I think she found it. And she's been an entrepreneur and has been involved in network marketing, and we are thrilled to have you as one of our newest leaders, dear Janet. So we love hearing from our new leaders and sharing your tips from the top, success tips. And I hope everyone is got your notepad ready. And just what is it that you did that got you to director, dear Janet? And congratulations.
Thank you so much, Robin, and thank you for the opportunity to be on tonight. Honestly, there's lots of things that you can do to get to whatever level you want to in LifeWave, but I just want to leave just a few things with everybody tonight. And I have to be honest, I don't come up with anything off the top of my head. I'm getting most of what I'm talking about tonight from Tom Ziegler's book, Choose to Win. Steve Reed, who is one of the directors in LifeWave, did a course on this for us a while back, and we just really, my husband and I really enjoyed it. And I got a lot of information from it. I want to just share just a little bit from that. If you want to do something that is effective over a long period of time, it has to have three things in it. It has to inspire hope. Well, LifeWave inspires hope in so many people who have been dealing with pain and other issues in their health for so long. So it definitely gets that box checked off. The second one, it has to be based on truth. And as a nurse, I was very much into looking at the research and what was behind this company and the products, and really, really felt that it was based on true scientific information. And the third thing, it has to be simple to implement. And I got to tell you, I have been in network marketing for 10 years in another company, and liveyoungersuccess.com makes anybody can do this business with that website. I mean, everything that you need is on that website, honestly, step by step on how to build the business. So, but here's another thing I want to leave with people, because I think sometimes you think you have to know everything before you get started. You do not need to know. So when you get in your car to drive it, do you know all the mechanical, electrical things going on in your car? No, you just get in and you drive, right? Well, same thing with running a business. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know a few things. And the biggest thing is you need to get to manager, and you need to build other managers. That is as simple as it gets. And that's what you need to do.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, keep going. If you had more to say, go ahead.
Oh, no. Well, I also just want to talk a little bit about mindset. A friend of mine, his name is Cody Bateman, taught me something many years ago, and that is the story in your mind is the story of your life. So what do I mean by that? Well, all that negative talk that we can do, especially I think women are really good at negative talk about our body image and things. We need to focus on the positive and change the negative. It's hard, it's a continual process, but if you work on that, it really can change your life. Because your negative thinking, no one, like let's think say you're thinking, nobody wants to hear what I have to say about LifeWave, right? What do I know? I'm not going to be any good at this. I can't sell. Whatever that negative thinking is, if you change it to, I am highly successful at showing 3 people a day what LifeWave is, sharing my story, sharing a video, and signing them up as a customer or a brand partner. If you say that to yourself every day, you're going to believe it and it's going to happen. But you need to remember that sometimes people need to see things many times before they buy. Statistically, like 5 to 12 times before they decide. So just keep following up till they either say, I'm a customer, I'm a brand partner, or we're not right now, and then move them to the list to check with them later.
Wow.
And yeah, that's it.
Well, I hope everyone was taking notes, because you gave so many gems, Janet, and I just want to review a few. And I was just thinking about that when we met someone at the dog park the other day. She's an ER doc, and she said after we visited, she said, you inspired hope in me. And that's really the business we're in. Is
Yes.
we give people hope that the future doesn't have to be the way the past has been. And the older you get, it doesn't have to go downhill. So how amazing is that? And, you know, we've got science and truth and simplicity and duplication equals success. You got it nailed. Mindset. I love Cody Bateman. I bought cases of his book promptings, cases, because it's so powerful. And
Yes.
you know, we do get more of what we focus on. So where's your mind going? And we have a special treat for you on Thursday about that one. So, and then finally, the average person does take 4 to 8 exposures to make a decision. I was different, but I'm at one extreme, but then some people could be at the other. So perseverance, professional, you know, follow up, keeping it professionally persistent, as Gregory says. We're not pests, we're professionally persistent. So those were wonderful gems, and congratulations, Janet. And you're an amazing student, you know, just based on what you shared. You're constantly learning and working on yourself. And I'm going to add that one, okay?
Okay, well, thank you. And it's a long uphill battle all the time to keep learning, because
Keep learning, keep learning.
Yeah.
Yep.
we can all
Yes.
learn something new every day.
So thank you so much. So we're going to move on to our next director. And, you know, this is amazing because this must be the night of nurse directors. Because we have another one. So you can put your video off and go on mute, Janet. Thank you so much. So I want to introduce Rodney. And Rodney is coming to us from Canada, and he's a clinical resource nurse in neurology. No, neurosurgery. I'm sorry. I want to get it right. And I want to, you know, do a specific huge acknowledgement to all of you Canadians. We're going to do a Canadian update in just a few minutes, because we spoke to several Canadian leaders when we got the challenging news last week, and you guys are rocking it. You're focusing on what you can control, and the fact that you became a director during these challenging times says amazing things about who you are. So Rodney works with Shared Health in Winnipeg, and he is part of the Canadian team. And he had some, you know, some health challenges. And after using X39 and 49 for 3 weeks, it saved me from going through surgery. We don't make any claims or promises, but boy, isn't it amazing? And he saw a plastic surgeon who was amazed that his symptoms, his pain, and his discomfort were gone, and he got to cancel his surgery. So I get to congratulate you, Rodney. And you want to share a little bit about your journey of what got you to director?
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. My wife really started with LifeWave like 2 years ago, and you know, I was very skeptic person, and I didn't really believe to what LifeWave was doing before. But then, as Robin mentioned, I have some problems with my fingers. I have 2 surgeries, different hands, and I was supposed to go for another 3rd surgery because it's like they keep on coming back. It's like a chronic kind of problem. And also at the same time last year, my hands become numb, and I cannot say what medical condition that is. But so my doctor was planning to do both surgeries on my finger and my hand. And then, LifeWave comes, and Jenna and my wife also been patching me. I said, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. But then after 2 weeks of patching, um, almost like 3 weeks, and then all my symptoms are gone. And I went to see my doctor because he said, you have to come in, do some assessment before the surgery, sign a consent. And then when I went in there, I said, I think I don't need surgery now because all the symptoms that I was having before, they're completely gone. And he cannot believe. He said, you must have done something. I said, no, I have these patches. And actually, I still have the patch with me, and I show it to him, but he doesn't believe it. I said, well, this is the only thing I have my wife been doing, like patching me. And, then that saves me with the surgery.
I love it. So to me, what you just said is you started out being a skeptic, and we have a lot of those, but then you developed belief. And then how did you share, Rodney, and become a director? Because you had to be sharing. What were you doing?
So at work, I work with nurses too, with the nurses. Um, so I said, "Oh, why don't you try this? Everybody knows in my ward that I was supposed to book for surgery and be off for a month." And then I shared it to them. I said, "This is what I did, and I don't have to go for surgery. I'm not claiming that this patches did it, but this is the only thing I was wearing." And then most of them was asking for samples. So I was nurses coming in a ward and almost like the same problem. And they found relief without patches. That's why they started buying. And after that, they're buying for their parents and relatives, and they started sharing our patches with their relatives and their friends.
Beautiful. So you were sharing your story, and that's really the foundation of success for just about everyone. That's what brought our success is my knee story, and you have your hand and arm story, and overcoming the skepticism and building that belief, and then people going, what's going on with you? So isn't that wonderful? Any other final words you want to share, Rodney?
Nothing really. It's just that what we've been hearing about, like we have this difficulty regarding the challenges we're having in Canada. So actually, most of the nurses that I work with was asking about, so what's going on now? We're still gonna get those patches. So that's the only thing that's really is concerning. So, but with that, we're trying to build also just because of these challenges. We're trying to build outside Canada and continue sharing our stories and continue sharing our patches.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Rodney. And I would also add that you've got an amazing family. Your wife, your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law. I mean, you guys are fabulous. And yeah, build where we're open. And we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. So that's really smart. And the two products you do have are amazing products, especially for boomers, pain relief and, skin. What do you think of my skin, you guys? So congratulations, Rodney, and welcome to our leadership group. We're excited to work with you and love having you as part of our community. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
So you guys can put your cameras off and mute. Beautiful. And Gregor, you can bring up the newsletter and we can move on.
All right. Well, and I just want to add to that. Congratulations, Janet and Rodney. Welcome to the directors team. And we have our directors mastermind every Wednesday morning. You guys are both invited to join us if you can live or on the replay. So, and congratulations to director. And I like to turn our congratulations, Robin, to all the people that qualified for Manager Mania, which ended last night. And woohoo, we kind of had a landslide of new managers, and that's how we get new directors. And so congratulations if you're a Manager Mania winner, whether you became a manager or you sponsored someone that became a manager, because there was a $50 matching bonus and a $100 bonus if you became a manager for the first time, anytime during the month of October up through last night. Congratulations. And, take a deep breath. And now the next step is director, and congratulations, Janet and Rodney, because you now are in the qualifying ranks to earn an additional $500 bonus. It's our Live Younger community $500 director bonus, and the guidelines and instructions for earning it are right there in the newsletter. And I hope everybody's probably getting the newsletters on this call, but I really encourage everyone, when you enroll a new distributor, make sure you enroll them in the newsletter so they're up to date on this weekly information. Goes out Monday afternoon and without fail, and we have our Monday evening call here. But thank you again, our founding SPD, Kai Jacobson, and our enroller. He was a gentleman that gave us that call, about 4 years ago and said, hey, this company I'm with just came up with this new stem cell patch and sold. Robin says, how quick can I get it? And I would just want to thank Kai again, because he saved us $12,400 that day. So that was a pretty cool call. So manage new director bonus, and that goes right up through the end of the year, 12/31. So everybody can be in the running for that. And so good luck on that. So the next thing, Robin, I'll turn it over to you to talk about the Canadian update, because I know you've been in constant communication with Lori, our president of global sales and marketing, and the company is bending over backwards to do everything they can to accelerate the resolution with Health Canada. But I'll turn it over to you to talk about the highlights.
Okay, thank you, Gregory. And, for those of you that don't know, last week the Canadians got an email that was very, very difficult. And it was on the 28th, and Lori put a post in the LifeWave Business Builders Facebook group. If you're not a member of that group, please go there, go to Facebook, go to LifeWave Business Builders, click join, and invite all of your all of your team to be there also, because that's where you get to see LifeWave Connects and watch them on replays and get updates and news. And Lori put this post up, and basically, the Canadians can, at this stage, the only products they have available are IceWave and Alavida. No, not for resale products any longer. And so Gregory and I had the challenging situation after we got the news from Garrett the day it happened, to reach out to our Canadian leaders. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart how incredibly impressed I was with every single person that we talked to. As devastating as the blow was to their businesses, to their customers, every single person we talked to came from a place of being proactive. What can we do instead of what can't we do? How are we going to get through this? And they started getting creative and going, okay, well, I can focus on business where we are open. We're open in 79 other countries. I can focus on, Alavida and IceWave. I can get a US address and cross the border. I'm going to reach out to my customers, find out who absolutely needs what, and figure out who in the US can forward patches. So we are waiting for details. And Lori said in this email, early next week, which is this week, Canadians will receive a more comprehensive communication and marketing plan with everything you need to know on what, why, when, and how they can continue to maintain their business, and steps that the company's taken to resolve this. So right now, Lori is in Ireland. She's working with the team up there. She's committed to resolution. She is a Canadian, and she is absolutely, I'm incredibly impressed with the team, because They deeply, deeply care. It is challenging news for, all of our precious Canadians, and our heart goes out. But I'll tell you, I am watching creativity at its finest, because I heard once that an architect say, we get most creative when we have the greatest amount of challenges. And this is where people are getting really creative. So the company's going to be giving people and supporting our Canadians with a variety of things, and they'll give the details. I don't know exactly what they all are, but they have to do with rank qualifications and staying active and all kinds of things that will be shown to everyone in the next few days. So please stay posted. If you are Canadian, reach out to your customers, find out what they absolutely need and how often, and reach out to your teammates that are in countries, especially the US, because it's easier. We're actually going, Gregory was going to go to the post office today, but it was a Monday and wasn't able to do that. But he's going to find out, how many patches we can send in an envelope and have it be compliant to. So we're going to be giving details from our end. If you have questions, if you have ideas, please forward them to me at rbmascari@mac.com. And I'm in close touch with corporate, and we are feeding them ideas and suggestions and challenges, and we will get through this. And I know that we're all going to be stronger because of it. And I loved, I've been watching, Geraldine and Gentleman and Jocelyn and their team. They had a show and they focused on Ice Wave and Elevita, and they just went for it. And so many others of you are reaching out, and I'm so glad several of you are reaching out to build your Filipino team. It's a good thing you went to the Philippines recently, many of you, and you have a lot of leaders blossoming over there, which is very exciting. So focus on what you can do versus what you can't do, and we will get through this. And as Napoleon Hill says, with every adversity is the seed of equal or greater benefit. There's something great that's going to come out of this, and we're going to get through it. And Lori is on it, and she's going to get, they've hired top consultant. They're paying top dollar to get through this as quickly as possible. And anyone in Canada knows that Health Canada can be challenging, and I'll leave it at that. So let's move on, and we are here and here to support you. And there is they are having their regular webinars on Thursdays. So you want to click to register, because you do get points, and they're going to come up with some creative ideas for Aruba for you guys too. So just know that you are being well cared for, and the company has a huge heart to do their best to make sure that your business and your customers are cared for. Okay.
Well, great. Thank you, Robin. And so just want to remind everybody of our regular weekly calls, and the Power of the Patch Blitz is going really, really well. And so looking forward to everyone plugging in to that, and the schedule's right there, all in Live Younger Zoom. Our Monday morning miracle call that happened this morning. I hope everyone starts their day or ends their day listening to that. If you can't be on live in the morning, get on the replay in the evening, because every day, it's like Robin and I are always pinching ourselves every morning, knowing that we're going to hear more miracles. We heard a bunch more this morning on our Monday morning miracle call. And then, Robin, you want to talk about a couple of the upcoming calls here coming up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This is pretty exciting.
I do. We have Dr. Stewart, doctor out of the Northeast, that will be with us tomorrow night. Everybody loves Dr. Stewart, and you're always in for a treat. This is a great call to bring guests. Gregory does a great presentation, a little bit about, the company, the technology, about David. Then we have our doctor on, and then it's your turn to share stories and ask questions. So great call to bring guests, and the person with the most guests always wins. So just know that. And then on Wednesday, we do have a LifeWave Connect with David. I do not know, Ravel probably knows, because she knows everything, what his topic is, but he will be doing a product webinar. So if anyone knows which product he's talking about, we'd love to hear, because I don't know. But that is we always love learning from David, 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific. You don't need to register. You just click on the link. And then Thursday, we have a special treat. As many of you know, and my hair is a bit itchy, it's very, very long. I work with a lot of people, and and you've heard me say many times, work twice as hard on yourself as you do on your business, because you are your business. And things happen, and we have some roadblocks or some interference, and typically in our culture, people say, if you want to get from here to here, you want to work harder. Well, sometimes what we need to do is get rid of the restraining forces. If you have your foot on the accelerator and brake at the same time and you want to move forward, typically in our culture, we put our foot on the gas. Well, what does that do if your foot's still in the brake? It creates more resistance. So we're looking at, how do we get unstuck? How do we get rid of the restraining forces? So we have a very special guest on our business chat on Thursday morning on getting unstuck. And he calls himself an edutainer. He is amazing. He's written many, many books. Several of you heard him on 30 Minutes of Wisdom. His name is Dr. Steve Taubman. You are in for a treat. And what I wrote up here is, he's redefined the human mind as wired and what creates our limits with proven methods to unhypnotize ourselves from habitual thoughts, building a foundation for success. So be prepared to be edutained. Yes, educated and entertained, and you're in for a real treat. So that's Dr. Steve Taubman, and you can check him out at stevetaubman.com. He's been a longtime friend of mine, and I have learned so much from him, and you're in for a treat. Back to you, Gregory.
Okay, now the next thing I want to know is we are enhancing our text messaging service. I know many of you have opted in to our free text messaging service, which we typically send out a 1-hour reminder before each of our webinars, and which we didn't do this morning or tonight. So I apologize. Some of you are wondering, why didn't I get my 1-hour reminder? They're very handy for me and you. I love them. We're enhancing, we're changing vendors to get better service. We're going to start having visual images. So we're going to start using text and MMS, and MMS allows us to have a visual image, and we're really going to be focusing on that on our Power of the Patch. You're going to see some really creative little visual images before each of our 4 weekly Power of the Patch webinars, and we'll probably drop in an image in each one of these calls every once in a while. But so right now, it's going to be another day or two before we have the new service completely enacted. There'll be a new phone number. So even though in some of the website and places you'll see the old phone number, the old 866 number, that number no longer applies. If you're already registered, we've transferred everybody into the new system. You won't have to re-register. And in a day or two, everyone will get notice what the new number is so you can register your new members. So I just wanted to mention that. And these are our weekly calls that we send out notices for all of these calls, text messages. But everybody can print out the newsletter and they're all right there. So mark your calendar, and these are all reoccurring. So I have them in my calendar as a reoccurring event. So I don't have to enter it every week. And I have them all set up for a 15-minute reminder. So 15 minutes before each one of these webinars, I get a little reminder from my calendar that, 15 minutes, the Monday evening call is going to start, the Monday morning, in addition, to the text messages going out. So, well, that was a mouthful, Robin. And I think that pretty much is a wrap for what we had to share tonight. So, and we got to get ready for the trick-or-treaters, right?
Yeah. And I do want to share something. We were on a team call just a little bit ago, and I want to go back and just congratulate all of you managers, because becoming a manager, as we all know, is the building block for our business, but it also increases your income. Your weekly cap goes up from 100 to 1,500 a week, and it qualifies you for those matching bonuses. You need to be a manager. So that opens up yet another part of the pay plan. So congratulations to all of you managers. And we are here to help you get to director. And remember, part of the qualification is getting your guests on those weekly calls. And if you haven't been going to those, oh my gosh, Janet and Connie have done a masterful job. It is an amazing call. And we are hearing more and more people who have guests on, they are converting to customers and brand partners. So back to those with the most guest wins, get your guests on those calls. It's the easiest way to build your business right now. Okay, I think we did it. And I hope I didn't scare you guys
Look
too
at
much.
that. It's
I scared
7:30
I scared
exactly.
Gregory. Yeah.
Exactly the bottom of the hour. So congratulations everyone for being with us on here tonight. This will be posted in our YouTube channel for replays sometime tomorrow morning.
Okay. And again, thank you all for being so forward focused, especially you Canadians, and we will get through this and we'll be stronger. Okay. Bye, everybody.
All right. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.